What's going on, everybody? This is your man, Dr. John C. Turner, aka Professor JT, aka Dr. JT, and we are here for our final The Doc Chat Daily for this week. It's been an incredible week. I mean, just an introduction to what it is to be a doctor and how to apply to be a doctorate degree. Having the great Sarah Jane come on and talk about the amazing paths to becoming a professor, the amazing knowledge about getting $100,000 jobs. And now we're on to branding. Branding. That cat shirt back here. Branding. Everything about branding, which is very, very important, especially once you get that doctorate degree, because what people don't realize is it's not just about getting a doctorate degree, it's what you do after the doctorate degree. Do you want to be a consultant? Do you want to be a public speaker? Do you want to go into publishing, writing your books? What do you want to do with your doctorate degree other than what you do in your career? This is an important conversation that I hope people tune into, because we want people to know how you can take your doctorate degree to the next level, which is very, very important, because what we're starting to run into is individuals who are realizing their career is not enough. They're not getting that $100,000 job they thought they were going to get once they got their doctorate degree. So now, what can we do? What else can we do? Well, branding is important. How you are, not just in your job and in your career, but just how you are, period, is important. How you carry yourself, how you dress, how you look, your appearance. Everything is important about branding. How you look on LinkedIn or any kind of social media platform. Everything is about you. When people see you, they should see excellence, absolute excellence. That's important. Very, very important. So tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. We are live on John C. Turner, LinkedIn page, and the Professor JT YouTube and TikTok page. We appreciate folks for tuning in. So I have a small presentation just to give some insights about what branding is to me. And we'll go into that here. Let me get that pulled up. Let's see here. Share my good screen. There we go. Right. Let's share that. And all right. All right. So something that's very, very important I want people to realize is once you go into branding and personal branding, it's important to realize that you are your brand. You are exactly how you want your brand to be. And that's important, because when you take your branding to the next level, you have to realize everything that you do, every place that you put yourself, you're being watched. And I'm so thankful for the people who have got the Dr. Talker book, or who have seen the Doc Chat and say, man, we see you. We see you. I don't even be knowing half the people be watching at the time. But it's a blessing to know that what I'm putting out there as far as my personal brand is touching the mass. That's really, really important. So as we go into this presentation, a little bit about me. And so I got my PhD, Urban Education Studies, Indiana University School of Education, Research One institution, and to do it in my hometown of Indianapolis is definitely a blessing and a miracle. My background, bachelor's, is actually in electronics technology, and then my master's in student affairs, higher education. So education's in my blood. I love education, love tech, and being able to combine all of those different types of things in the work I'm doing, especially now, media, culture, all those things. It's definitely a blessing. Never would have thought I would have been here having my PhD for the last 5 years now, but it's a blessing to be able to put together the pieces that I have in my career. And so when we talk about personal branding, something that's important is, as I said before, how people see you. How do they see you? How do they see your work? How do they see the work that you do? So not only I have my speaking engagements that I've done, but also on LinkedIn, over 40,000 followers I have on LinkedIn. People, these are authentic followers. These are people that saw the work, say, hey, I want to follow him, I want to follow what he does. And I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. And so when we're looking at other different opportunities that I've done and my niches in my career, first year experience is a niche of mine, career readiness, secondary education, post readiness for students, and then also just helping doctoral students, helping doctors get to the next level. All of those different things, that's my bread and butter. That's what I'm passionate about doing. Those are things that I've done in my career that have really helped me launch my career, take it to the next level. That's part of my brand. That's what I do. When people want to come get a public speaker about speaking my first year experience, speaking motivational, inspirational, speaking about college readiness, all those different things, I'm one of the top people on the list. They look at me. And that's where I want people to get to. What do people look at you as with your personal brand? That's going to be the key thing we're looking at. All right. And so some things we want to look at today is who you are, what are you passionate about, what can you speak on, what do you do well, need assistance with growing, how to monetize your brand and bring an impact. Those are some things we're going to look at as we're looking at these prompts today. All right. So the first thing is who are you? You got to ask yourself, what do I care about? What are my values? What do I want people to know about me? How do I want to define myself? What makes me special? How do I provide value to others? That's important stuff because, especially in this day and age, people can see straight through bullcrap. Your brand has to be authentic, has to be real. We'll go into that in a little bit. But all of these things go by asking yourself, who are you? What do you do best? What can you bring to the table? What gap can you fill? That's a big part of personal branding. And even with our Branding for Doctors brand, we are trying to help doctors get to that next level in their doctor degree. So we offer these services. We offer that kind of brand construction and social media, looking at how you're writing and how you can be a consultant, public speaking, kind of building and business and your concepts there, and also your online support and marketing, viewership, all those different types of things play a big role into your personal brand. But it starts by asking yourself, who are you? That's very all right. Your authenticity, consistency, visibility, and value. All those different things about what you can speak on, what you're real. See, we're in this day and age of this weird, like I've coined, opinionated social media. Everybody has an opinion about everything, and majority of the time, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just the truth. So you have to be authentic in what you do. It has to be consistent. It just can't be, oh, I'm on this today, I'm on something else tomorrow. You got to build that consistency in the work you do. Your visibility, who sees you, where are you putting it out there? All those different types of things. And then that value. What value does it add to other people? People aren't going to pay you to come speak if they don't feel like what you bring can't bring value to others. That's a huge, huge thing. And we want people to be able to understand that as you're looking to build your personal brand. Very important thing. All right. And so, what do you do well and need assistance with growing? That's something that nobody's good at everything, but there's different pieces that you could start to put together that you're good at, but then you might need to ask for help in other things. So, your social media accounts. I always tell people get your LinkedIn game up, get that strong. Blogs, websites, videos, podcasts, courses, articles, speaking engagements, and consulting, conferences and panel discussions, community engagements, partnerships, professional development, networking events, all these different types of things is how you get your brand out there. You got to be able to show up. Something I want to make sure I tell people, stop being scared to put your brand out there. Stop being afraid to put yourself out there. There's individuals, they'll get the best post in the world out there and nobody sees it. They have these ideas. I remember somebody telling me a long time ago, they're like, I got 3 or 4 books that I've started on my counters. I haven't published none of them. I just haven't. You got to get your stuff out there. You got to believe, hey, the world needs this. Not everybody's going to accept it. I love my friend, good friend, Dr. V. She always said, "You're not gonna get rich pretty much off a book unless you're that big time person, bestsellers and all those different types of that's not but you need to get something out there that's long standing." That's why I appreciate the Dr. Tucker book. This is a long standing book. This book can go on to histories upon history because it's something that everybody needs a book that talks about the personal struggles, professional struggles, and the doctoral journeys of doctors. So many people are going through those things. And that's why I wrote that book. But you want to be able to get your stuff out there any way possible. That's why I love when people come on the doc chat, the doctors that come on the doc chat, then we give them their clips, we give them their videos. They can use that. We've had doctors that have taken that, started their own podcast, wrote their own books, all those different types of things. So you got to start somewhere. You got to start that networking, combine with people, collaborate with people. Then you can start branching out yourself, doing little stuff. But you have to start somewhere. You have to. And realize you're not going to knock all of these out the park. So you might have to ask for help. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. I have my great friend, Dr. Hood, asked for help today about her website. She's getting her particular consultation business off the ground. Hey, I can help with that. I can look, hey, change this, look at this, let's look at this, boom. And I can help you push that out. All those different types of things. You got to be able to work with people and you got to be able to get yourself out there. It's no more anxiety or imposter phenomenon or syndrome or none of that. Get your stuff out there. If somebody's looking right now, get it out there because somebody needs it. Somebody needs what you're doing. And I'm telling you, once you get it out there, it really could be a blessing to a lot of people. All right. And so the big thing, people are like, how do I make some money? How do I make some money off this thing? Biggest thing is you need to see what products are already out there in the vein that you're looking to put products out there. And boom, already start with a lower cost. So take, for instance, if you know you do speaking engagements very, very well on motivation, inspiration, and you see there's folks out here charging $1,000 to come speak. Hey, I charge 500 and here's what I can do. That's a big time thing. Then you get your name out there. Then you get the opportunities. Hey, you might have took a little money off the top, but that's going to help you down the line. All right. Driving your compound growth. And so that's where I'm talking about. Once you get that growth, once you get those opportunities, keep going, add to it. Fill a gap that's needed in the economy. That's huge. If you got everybody speaking on the same thing, what is something different you could speak on? Fill that gap. Build a brand that people actively search for and trust. That is a huge thing. People got to know what you do and that you're trusted in that area. Where's the trust come from? You are one of the best researchers in that area. You have knowledge and insights in that area. Nobody does it better than you. Set your digital wallet so you can get money. Um, there's so many different ones. Of course, there's PayPal and there's different ones. There's one I need to make sure people understand to get set up, which is a good one. Let me look it up real quick, because I just set one up myself and it was great. It is called Stripe. Set up a Stripe account. Stripe accounts is amazing. You can put exactly on there exactly what you want to be charged for, and then your vendors can send that to you. It automatically also takes out the fees for the transactions. It can also take your taxes out for you. Set up a Stripe account. Awesome account to set up. First, you'll have your PayPal's and Cash Apps and all those, but that Stripe account, that's serious for business. That's a really good one. And then survey your results, see what works, go back and ask the people, what did you like about what I did for you? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What could I change? That's helped your brand grow hugely because you're getting real constructive criticism that helps you become a better speaker, that helps you become a better leader, helps you become a better writer. Those are things we want people to know because that's how you continue to build on yourself. Nobody's ever perfect in building a brand. Nothing. You're always reshaping your brand all the time. We have the dot chat. This is my most successful podcast, but I probably had 4 or 5 other podcasts before I started this. I mean, some stuff works, some stuff doesn't, and so you're always reshaping yourself, redeveloping yourself until you get to a spot of like, okay, I could build off of this. I could really, really build off of this, which is good. And like I said, with the branding, it's big to make sure you're going to shape your different developments of your brand. It might not look the same. I saw one in particular about TikTok the other day, how the image has changed over the years. You look at Facebook, a lot of people don't know it started out as the Facebook, changed over the years. Look at your branding for some of your key restaurants, McDonald's, Starbucks. A lot of these things, they don't even have their name on there. You just see that logo, you know exactly what it is. Those are important things when it comes to brand. You want to be so significant, people know who you are. That is a huge part of branding that I want people to understand. But you got to get your stuff out there and you got to know how to be able to monetize it, market it, sell yourself, get it out there so people can see the work that you do. All right. And so for me, the biggest thing is where can folks find me? So it's always about where can folks find you as well. So LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, these are all places I can be found. My brand is across all the boards. So you can see everything that I do across the board. And I stick with my brand. I don't do a lot of personal stuff on here. Everything is about my brand. That is a huge, huge thing. Now, you might put a picture on there or something you might be out and about or somewhere like that, but stick to your brand. Stick to it because the problem is too many people get too much personal stuff that gets out there. And when that personal stuff gets out there, sometimes it can mess up what's going on with your professional stuff. So know what your brand is, stick to it, get it out there in a positive way. Trust and believe it'll help you in a big, big way. All right. All right. So what else we want to know about branding that's really, really big? So I think the thing about branding that people a lot of times get confused is what all you got to do to make sure you're legit. That is a big, big thing. So my shirt right here, this is one of my first original shirts, the Professor JT. You'll see that everywhere, Professor JT. But the big thing is I got it trademarked. Trademarking is huge. See my Doc Chat shirt back there, the Doc Chat trademark. Now, there's two levels of trademarking that I want individuals to make sure you realize too. You can go state level or you can go national level. National level is going to take a while, which is okay. A lot of people like that if you want to go that route. Me, I'm very, very blessed being in the state of Indiana where we have phenomenal services that help you get brands, your images, marketing, all those different types of things trademarked. And it's relatively reasonable. So for Professor JT trademark, the Dot Chat trademark, $10. That was it. I just had to show online exactly how I use it, have been utilizing it. What am I going to utilize it for? Send it in, boom, approve it, $10. That is trademarked by me, Dr. John C. Turner. Also, look to get your LLC. Indiana's a great place as well. Get your LLC going. I have a legit LLC, the Professor JT Educational Counseling LLC. You can go online to Indiana Business website. You can see that it is authorized. It is approved. That is an important thing because people need to know that your services are somewhere where they can be found. That is a huge, huge thing. I always want people to understand that. So let me see. Maybe I can get that pulled up real quick. We want people to be able to go to different things, see different things, and say, hey, my stuff is legit. I don't have no fake stuff. I don't have anything that is not out here that's not real. I have some real stuff. And you want that to happen because people want to be able to find your stuff. Let's see here if I can look mine up real quick. Gotta be cash. Cash. All right. Yep. I got mine here. Yep. So not only is mine on here on the particular website, but I can download the whole entire document for the state of Indiana, and people can see that it's active particular business which is a big, big thing. And so you always want to be able to go to places and see if people's businesses are legit, if they are there for people to be able to find what you're doing. That is a huge, huge thing. And so another piece we want to make sure people understand when it comes to branding. I was talking to a great doctor about this the other day. A lot of stuff you can just do yourself. You see my logo here, the Professor JT. You see the Doc Chat logo. I made those myself. You can make a lot of things yourself. You're looking for a cover of a book for your next book. A lot of times you can make those things yourself. That is a huge thing with branding because people need to be able to recognize your work, recognize who you are. Something else that's really, really big is if you do need help with that, know that there are legit people that can help you get your stuff out there. Writing a book, there are great publishers. Great publisher I had was the amazing Denola Burton here in Indianapolis. What is it? Enhanced DNA Publishing. That's what it is. This woman is absolutely phenomenal. Let me see if I can bring her up here. She might be able to bring up my book. And why is that important? Because you want people to be able to find the work that you do, be able to find all of the great things that you're doing. And it starts with making sure you get a good publisher who can not only help you with your book, but also help you get your book looking good and out there for people to be able to find. That is a huge, huge thing. So let's see if this pulls up here. Let me see if I get a website pulled up here. Oh, it's real slow. That's okay. Let I can get another website. And and that's okay. And so you want to be able to find your books online. People want to be able to find what you're doing online. I can pull my book up. Okay, this is good. So let's talk about this. So with my particular book, you can be able to find the Dr. Talker, of course, on the Enhanced DNA Publishing website from my publisher. And then a blessing of mine that is huge. You can find my actual book. You can go to the Indianapolis Public Library and in the public library. Also on Goodreads, you can find it as well. So that's a huge, huge thing for me because now you could start to find where I am in so many different ways, so many different ways. And so it's been the blessing part that my work is out there, that you can see it. There's our great publisher over here in the corner here. And it's important to people be able to find your book and know the work that you do because when they're able to find it, they can really take it to the next level. Also, as you see, it pops up near the top of the page. That's a huge thing as well. So you want a name, something that's recognized that only is exclusive to you. I tell that with a lot of individuals that are doing branding. Make sure you get brands that is only exclusive to you. The Doc Chat, that's mine. The Dr. Talker book, that's mine. I had a colleague of mine who wanted to go with a brand name, and I said, "Man, you need to look up that name. That's a pretty popular name." And come to find out, he was using the name for his podcast. There was over 2 or 3 other podcasts using the exact same name. So you don't wanna do that. Plus, you don't wanna get in a copyright infringement where you're sitting up here and you're using a name that somebody else has originally used. You don't wanna do that because people will sue the mess out of you for that. Travis Kelce and, with his quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, they just opened a restaurant up. The restaurant is a combination of both of their jersey numbers. Well, I guess a year prior, there was a person who is using the exact same numbers for their business. Boom, they sued Travis Kelce, they sued Patrick Mahomes, copyright infringement for those numbers. It's petty like that. Like people do it. You see it in music all the time. Somebody will use a beat that's close to a certain beat. I think Taylor Swift got sued by a gentleman. Nobody ever heard this song, but her beat was so close to his beat, got sued. Um, you had what's his name? Robin Thicke. I believe that was his name, the singer, and he got sued because his beat was so close to an old school 70s beat from a 70s song. All those different types of things. Your brand has to be your brand. You have to do the research to look up to make sure nobody has what you have. That is your stuff, but you have to go through it. Now, working with possibly a great copyright attorney, trademark attorneys, different things like that is huge, huge help because then they can let you know like this isn't utilized, this isn't being used anywhere. They'll do the due diligence. It's worth paying them so that your brand is your own. That is a huge, huge thing. So you want to be able to put that work in, put that time in. So when your brand comes out, it's exclusive from your logos, from your titles, anything that you share that's yours. Because you put somebody's stuff out there, they will sue you. They will do that. And you don't want to get caught up in all that. Plus, you want to make sure that your stuff is exclusively yours. That's really, really important. Very, very important. All right. So as we wrap up for today, I want to thank everybody for checking us out. What a week. What a powerful week. Had so much fun. We'll try to see if we could do some more of these because I think people like us coming on, um, like me coming on and talking about different things. These are the things we want doctors to know. Like I said, this is my brand. This is a big thing that I want individuals to know. No gatekeeping here. I think we've been gatekeeped for a long time when it comes to those different things. And we're graduating more doctors, which is great, but they don't know what to do with it. They get out here, they get their doctorate degree, and they're just frustrated. They're upset. We have to realize only 2% of the world are doctors. And when you get these doctorate degrees, they expect you to have a knowledge, insights, perspectives that are different than everybody else. And so I want people to start to take your doctorate degree to the next level. Don't just sit on that thing, just be happy to be called a doctor because you got your doctorate degree. Because trust and believe somebody needs what you have. They need the knowledge and perspective you have. So don't let all that work go in vain. That work to work. Be the greatest doctor you can be. That's what we want to see. So until next time, folks, get ready. We have a strong finish to the end of season 5 of the Doc Chat. Next week, we're talking about AI. Week after that, we have a relationship panel talking about all things relationships. And then finally, should you go get your doctorate degree, that's going to wrap up our season 5. Every night, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it because we want people to be able to get the amazing knowledge about life and the great things about it from some of the greatest doctors in the world. That's the Doc Chat brand. That's what we do. We share the voices of the best doctors in the world. And I can't be happier that I'm able to do it every single day. God bless you all. And until next time, we